of maybe three things, possibly three things. But let's get the two. Let's get one of the more important things out of the way. This game, I feel like I should try to speed run again, because with my record of, I want to say it was 9 hours and 15 minutes, I think, or 45 minutes. I know it was under 10, that's for sure. It was interesting what it was. And I think with a bit of refinement, you could probably make it a bit better. Possibly. Because the old speed run, the guy who did it beforehand, it wasn't so much. Of course, I was also reading online that some dude managed to do it within 7 hours. Now, I don't know. There's no footage, by the way. Like, sure, we can go to the speed run community thingy, but it's like, okay, so how did you do it? That's what I want to know. I want to see how he did it. I want to see how he saved an hour and such, because it's really hard to do those sort of things, you know. Some of that kind of stuff is just, I don't think it's possible. I mean, I used to think under 10 hours is impossible. Missed the timing. That's a very difficult jump to make, by the way. The time it has to be so strict. And you have to get it twice in a row. Which is the main reason why I haven't jumped immediately into speed running the game right away. Because I was just getting used to this trick. In the absolute max height. Just have to very carefully look at the mountains. And all the stuff I do. Like here, I think I got it. And then I have to tag trick somehow. Or find a spot where I can heal up at. At least have one other teammate with me. Which can be very difficult, by the way. Luckily those monkeys didn't get crazy with me. Messed it up already. And when the level I'm going to be at was super low, by the way, is going to be difficult. I have to try to get it on the first try. I think that does it. If that was a normal speedrun, I'd be okay with that too. But that's how that shortcut goes. It saves about maybe a minute or two. I believe, because this is a pretty big map. We're talking about starting, let me give you an idea. I guess, starting from let's say G4. At the very bottom of G4. Transitioning all the way to, okay, so from G4, walking all the way up to, let's say, E3, because that's where the chest is at, where I'm going to go at. Or at least the second one, there's like a second chest. Is that right? Because the shortcut comes up mad quick. Well, it's gotta be, I end up somewhere in D3. I might have to double check, actually. I know I start at G4. I know I end up somewhere in E3. And then finally ending up in, let's just say B2 for right now, because it's kind of like smack dab in between B and C2. Yeah, B2 and C2. Because otherwise, I would have to start from G4, and you're looking through the map, right? I mean, if you were to get closer and track your finger, you have to run through all of this, That means you have to go through the maze like E4, coming all the way down to E5, going left, or should I say, west, going all the way west to B5, going up into B4, going around, because yes, you have to unfortunately go around, because a little gap right there. Oh wait, so I do end up there. Okay, so yeah, that it does make sense actually. Yeah. I think that's it. To C3. Yeah, you get into C3, but you have to go around and something like that, and that takes a while, because the only alternative is just using rough. The only benefit of going the long way is just getting whatchamacallit. You get a bonus ball. I know there's 2 I can get within the route, and they're kind of important. Maybe the first one. It just depends. It all depends on what you can transition into. Now, I'm not entirely sure, and I've been thinking about the team composition about it. Like, what would actually work. But as you've seen, that shortcut is crucial. Any other shortcut that involves Mai is actually not that hard at all. It's pretty easy. And I thought about the importance of a warrior. The warrior's importance is very important in my opinion. And it could just be based on my playstyle. I mean, sure, I could use the twin sword person that everyone's know to use. But there's also, let's see, proficiencies and stuff like that. Because you're not expected to reach 10 right away. Like, you're not going to be able to make it to 12. You're going to be at the end game by that time. You'd be lucky to reach 10 by Fractos's tower, at most. So you have to keep these sort of things in mind. Let's see, so characters such as, because here's how I imagine it. Obviously you have your standard team. Let me just look at this screen. That'd be a little bit easier to understand.
Well, hello.
Obviously you have your standard team of your sister,
Time to put my training into practice.
Tornico,
Right, so
and Desdemona.
away we go.
Let's get to work, shall we?
And honestly, I would say as soon as you get the opportunity to, or you could wait until after. Sometimes I might consider waiting until after I've taken care of Cesar, but I'll switch over. Just, it kind of depends, really. Because honestly, having the Fox Boy, well, the Wolf Boy, and Maribel around doesn't make much of a difference, but I guess I can take a look at it real fast. Because it comes down to their abilities, because I want to switch them out as soon as possible. Which should be in. She's also integral to be involved too, because, you know, why not? There's on their attributes, really. What do they bring? There's other stuff I'm probably missing too. You know, like key party powers, and because I don't get super throw until like proficiency 9, and all these runs are done without any sort of like benefit from special days. All those online events are turned off, and that's another thing. I don't know if the other guy did the same thing, because obviously you could abuse a couple of things if someone were to play on a Sunday and come across a particular boss troll and get a strength ring early. Could definitely change a lot of things. I mean, Rough would be useful. Carver would be useful. Anyone can boost their attack would be useful. Right off the bat. And you can guarantee yourself a second one, so that's 2 people that's going to be hitting harder. Magic's okay in the beginning. It can get the job done. But it's not super duper important. I don't think you get a good party power until, like, later on. And what does Rough contribute to the, Rough just contributes to speed to all this. Actually, let me get back to what I was saying before. So let's see, at the initial team...
Well, hello.
you have the possible Maribel and Rough combo.
I'll soon sniff those.
And let's see,
Into practice.
I guess he was not to, and to save time on this video, one of the heroes would be a sword and shield warrior, and the other one would be like a healer, as we would only really need one healer. Because obviously we want to maximize damage and speed and stuff, but we also want to have recovery. That's important. And I would say maybe after we get Carver and touch that teleporter thingy, we kind of want to get Carver in there pretty early. Like, maybe, yeah, as soon as we touch the teleporter, I want to say. We want to fly back, get Carver, and help us take care of particular boss fight. Now, I thought about a path where I could just wait until after we beat these guys, but Carver kind of just takes care of the immediate threats. And there is a slight issue there, too. Because there's an item you have to kind of get for your priest to survive a blow from the dragon attack that Mai does for us. Because you have to absolutely have it. In my opinion, you have to have it. So who would be replaced? Maribel, because she's just there for the beginning. She just offers like some offensive magic, which of course can be very damaging and can hit multiple targets. She's one of the few people that can hit multiple targets pretty well.
I'm all yours.
And I think switching Carver, you know, as soon as you are able to get him and you touch the heal stone, is fine. And you also need Rough. I mean, you can use anybody, but Rough being able to run through the water stuff through Ingenia is kind of important.
Time to put my
It can look something like this. Now, everyone here has their own play style and stuff like that. Sometimes it can just all come down to how quickly can you end fights. Getting there, I can get there quickly thanks to Rough. But actually, you know, taking care of said fights could be an issue. Because after you take care of that, there is the issue about who comes next. Huh, yeah, I never thought about that actually. Does Rough take a back seat? Because Rough can't really particularly take a back seat to any of this. Oh, I think I know what the problem is. There was only one of the twins, actually. So that's the problem. That's why this is getting a little awkward looking.
I knew you couldn't resist me.
So it looks something like this. That would be your team after you take care of, just before you get in, well, after you take care of Ingenia and the confrontation there, you go into the, oh, and he would be, oh, right, there's no healer then. Ooh, boy. I want to say we sacrifice time for Carver. Like, we've got to get Carver's attack power. Like, I don't know if it's super duper crucial. Because Mai needs to level up. She has to have enough MP to do a shortcut. Right? We have to have a team healing, we have to have the other two. Okay, I guess we'll just scratch Carver. I guess it'd just be,
I knew you would choose me.
not her.
Time to put my training into
My bad.
practice.
It was something like this. That's what it would be like. Okay, so we ignore Carver, actually. Even though Carver does offer something like some good offensive power and stuff like that, that'd be very useful. Because he replaced Rough. Temporarily. Because she's actually important for crucial skips. Rough is just there for traversing through the adventure fields. Since we'll always be going through an adventure field. There'll always be an issue with that. Especially getting out of fights, too. Not to say that Mai couldn't be the same. It's just that Rough only has like one particular move that's worth spamming that does a lot of damage. That you have to wait for all the time. let's see. So after the Gina Athene, you're going to the snow place, and you've already seen the skip that she does. That's what she's kind of known for. She does take care of that skip, and we also need her to take care of the Atlas that will eventually be coming across in the snow place. And take care of that. We kind of need Ruff's agility, even though Carver would be a better fighter. In actuality, maybe there's a situation when we get to switch and stuff, and there is a situation where we can switch. Just want to preface that is a thing that we can do. It's just about when we do it, because switching gears is possible to make sure certain fights go pretty well. Because I wouldn't mind switching Ruff out at all to take care of those situations, and Maya would be the one to just do a little flight thing to stop being affected by the combat speed thing that everyone succumbs to when an enemy attacks you or if they're nearby, where their weapons are drawn. So that's understandable. So I've been debating about that, about how often we need Ruff, because Ruff for the end, kind of important, but not crucial. He's just there for the agility. Even though I kind of want to add him to the team, because honestly, like online play and stuff like that, not everyone else really has that much of a use. Like in a standard gameplay, most people would be okay with Tornico. Some people would fall in love with Mina. Yeah, Mina. They fall in love with Mina and realize, wow, she's the best type of healer around. Can drop a defense, do status effects, and heal and attack from range. Like, what more could you possibly ask for, right? Then they come across Jessica, but not really realize that she was a healer. You'd think she would be some type of magician, and she is well-rounded, and she's better suited as a magician, because she does have freeze, which makes her definitely very useful for magic and stuff like that. And if you could replace the hero, I thought about using her. It's just that her dancing thing takes a while to activate, and she can't cancel out her own dancing animation. So she wouldn't be bad. She could just lock down a lot of enemies with Sexy Beam alone, while everyone else just piles on the damage. It'd be great. Of course, we have to make it somehow and replace her. Maybe she's the replacement. She has the techniques. And she has a whip that has something that's very useful. And considering that, let's see, what else? So we already talked about that. I guess after we beat Atlas, we go back down and take care of the other boss fights. Which is running around. And that kind of running around isn't too bad, honestly. So by that point, you get Angelo. And as much as I want to put Angelo on the team immediately, it's not necessary just yet, I want to say. Or is it? Let's see. Because mine's needed for just one more time. You never really thought about it like that. All I know is that Mai does eventually get replaced with Angelo. After she's taken care of the two key important skips, she's no longer needed, and it's something else.
I'm not just a pretty face, you know.
And truthfully, I'm seeing that possibly Jessica could be fit into the team somewhere as the last time healer. And, magic does start weakening after a while. And we're going to need more stronger minion support to some extent, even though she's the one that gives the minion support. And then our hero could be a warrior still. Ruff would still be there for speed. I mean, Angelo could still kind of do that with his dive kicks, but Ruff saves time. And he'll be the one of the few characters that'll be carrying a tough guy tech too. Honestly. Because there is a method to fight with Ruff. It's a bit weird. It's a bit quick and it's all over the place, but it is a way to fight with him. Even though Carver's a lot safer and more defensive. Even though he hits hard, he's very defensive, but I wouldn't really call him slow, because everyone kind of has to run running speed. It's just special cases when it comes to combat speed. Obviously, Ruff is the fastest. Well, it's not as obvious that Ruff is the fastest and can bypass the whole speed thingy. That's true. He can outspeed it. Carver does have some moves that'll make him go a little fast or advance forward. He has an ability that protects teammates, but it's not really that useful. Cesar was considered at one point because he does get he can use his skills a bit more often and the benefit of Tough Guy Tattoo. And the Sword and Shield Warrior can't afford to use a Tough Guy Tattoo to get the highest maximum damage counter hits. And that covers that. Let's see. The other thing I want to talk about is that the speedrunning portion is that we possibly found somebody who might be interested in playing online co-op again. And that would have to wait all the way up until July 1st. Or maybe after July 4th, really, when all the festivities are gone and there's nothing else to worry about. I don't have anything else bothering me whatsoever. That's what it would be for. I know I said it was a third thing, but I can't really think of the third thing so far. I've only talked about the possibility of speedrunning the game again, trying to get a lower time. There's the possibility of being able to play this guy online cooperatively, and I don't know if everyone else is going to be down for it, because it's either the Japanese players who I might harass, or my group that I might harass about it. Possibly. It's all debated, though. I already sent him a message, and there's no guarantee the guy will come back, you know. He might play one game, for all I know, or he'll be like some people who will just, mention that he wants to play, but never actually play, and that'd be it. Because, you know, I won't get online play for just anything. It's primarily for this game, really. And if you ever wonder, what would this game be treated like? Yeah, how would I treat this game if it didn't have online play? Just look no further than, I would say Dragon Quest Die. Because that's essentially how the game is being treated like. That's how that game would get treated like. I played it on stream, got a little annoyed because I got a copyright infringement thing because I have to do the playthrough a little bit differently now. I mean, I have to basically just cut off the audio, and the viewers will just have to read. And sorry for the viewers that are Japanese or something like that. I mean, I think I can still have the people talking. I think I still can. Just no music, I believe. I probably should have studied the part about what got copyrighted in the first place. But that's about it, really. I mean, I guess it's still casual playthroughs I could still do. But the game is old. It's very old. I've had my fun. And now I'm ready to move on. Or at least pass on the PlayStation 4 to a relative of mine. So they can enjoy Capcom versus... They can enjoy the Capcom Fighting Collection. Yeah, that's it. So we can all get together and play Power Stone 2. Because that's one of the main reasons I bought that game. So they can enjoy it. I might enjoy it with them, but ultimately, I don't know, that's about it. I was just kind of also looking through my library and see what games I haven't played yet. I mean, I bought this Senrai Kagura game, which most people would identify as a Gunner game, but I barely touched it, really. Which is funny for a Gunner game. You'd think it'd be all about touching, but it's... I don't know. I mean, I've seen the gameplay. And the shooting's different. Shooting water, that's fine and dandy. And if I was absolutely sure this person was going to play online with me, there would be constantly spending an hour or so to re-roll Uber Aces and stuff like that. But do I feel like doing that? that's the move I don't like. This move is okay. But this is probably his best combo. Ooh boy. Gotta fix that controller real quick. Alright, well, as good as going to get. Not to mention that it's a little irritating that, you know, I have to keep buying a controller all the darn time. Every so often. And let's see, how old is this thing? Maybe this controller's about a year or two old or something like that. And, I guess it's kind of nice that I'm just now getting, whatchamacallit, the controller drifting thing. I'm just now slightly getting controller drift. Which is why I engage in games in certain ways. This game already had a pretty big dead zone anyway. A big one. So that's why I was okay to play this game. It wasn't super sensitive. They were smart about it. Having the run button being tied to an additional button. And that's how I think it should be. Instead of just that slightly moving and walking and stuff like that. That stuff was great back in the day, but controls have obviously gotten worse. But I think we can make rough work then. Despite there are other better combat options. Rough can move, and that's very important. Anyway, that's about it. Thanks for stopping by. Oh, for anyone else who wants to join me in online play, just drop your PSN, by the way. Because, you know, I'm FightNoid. That's obviously my PSN.